When the universe has a calling for you, there's no getting away from it. I have to tell you, it's been since my childhood. I've always been activating people's essence and working with my own talents as well, on my own gifts. I'm very happy and grateful that I have a family that has always supported me and has allowed me to be the being that I am born to be.
Welcome to another episode of Women Worldwide. Thank you for tuning in wherever you are in this world. We really appreciate that you're here with us, and we know that you have new challenges all of the time, especially with what's going on in this world with COVID-19. Just know that my team and myself, our hearts go out to all of you whose health and safety has been impacted, and all of the lives that are impacted. Today's show, we're going to focus on self-discovery. In these times, there are certain revelations that we have, that we need, that come out. And with self-discovery, this is really being introspective. There's beauty inside. There's this magic that we want to draw out and that sometimes naturally can come out. And this is a segue, it's a perfect segue to my guest today. Joining me on the show is Ale B. She is the founder of Call Her Magic. So Ale is an entrepreneur, and she calls herself the beautifier. She calls herself a visibility director, and there's another term, the magic activator. And she is here to share all of this with you and her advice during these uncertain times. So Ali, with that, it's such a pleasure to have you on my show. Welcome.
Hi, most beautiful being. How are you doing? Cheers, everyone. It is me, Ali B, the beautifier.
Oh my gosh. Well, cheers to you. And I'm doing pretty well and just grateful for the ability to be able to connect through technology and that we can still support one another. And I'd love to jump right in with you to hear from you. What made you want to become the beautifier and to do what you
do? When the universe has a calling for you, there's no getting away from it. I have to tell you, it's been since my childhood. I've always been activating people's essence and working with my own talents as well, on my own gifts. I'm very happy and grateful that I have a family that has always supported me and has allowed me to be the being that I am born to be. Because sometimes you've got all these adults that look at their children and they don't do it they don't mean any harm, but
right.
They want the kid to grow up being the version that they feel or see that they are supposed to be, instead of just walking with them. And what my parents have really, really done just was walking with me. I wanted to become a set designer when I was 17 years old, and there wasn't, like, I'm from Argentina, from Buenos Aires. There wasn't a career of set design at that time. So my mom, we went through all the universities we could to find something that was similar to what I wanted. And, and then I developed my acting career and directing and then teaching. And then I moved to New York, and the universe called. And when you understand that we are in service to not only ourselves, because that's one of the big lessons I learned, is that I have to put myself first in order to be able to help others or activate others and serve others, because I have to do the work as well,
right.
to be able to walk those shoes,
To do the work. That's interesting that you said that. And drawing this, as the beautifier, you work from head to toe, but it's really from inside out. And maybe you can share what are some of the first steps that someone needs to experience to have that magic be brought out in them.
I'm having all the chills. So I'm just going to share what I did for myself and how the shift came to me. First of all, I became very aware of the words I was using when I was talking about myself. First first
Yes.
and foremost. Then I started really looking at myself in the mirror. I wasn't looking at myself in the mirror. I was looking at the reflection, but I wasn't connecting with that person that I was looking in the mirror to. And then the other thing was that, you know, you have to be patient with yourself. And this is a moment to moment work, just like the world we're living in today. We do
Right.
not know what's going to happen tomorrow. We do not know what's going to happen in an hour. It's a moment to moment. It's something that we constantly are activating and working on. We constantly work on ourselves, you know, change the mantra, accept a compliment. I was the person that, oh, you look great. Yes, but I'm a couple of pounds fatter and you know, and all that. We are listening to that. And
So
we are
is that what you mean by the words that you say to yourself? It's that
yes, of
reaction of,
course.
oh my gosh, but I could still lose 5 pounds, or oh, I wish my hair
Yeah.
was longer, or whatever.
But what, at the end of the day, what is it that really matters? Here and now, the present moment. So if I've got 5 pounds over here and now, but I'm projecting on the future, or like, oh, when I lose those pounds, I'm going to fit into those pants. Or when, oh, I remember those days when I could fit into, I'm living either in the past or I'm living in the future, but I'm not living here right now. And this is who I am now, with muffin top, with double chin, with the hair, my curly hair or not, you know. And that's the thing. It's about accepting who we are right now,
But where does
right
that
here.
start? Where does that start? How does,
With
if somebody comes to the realization, I want to live right now, I'm going to spend 80% of my time in the now, maybe 10 in the past, maybe 10 in the future, but right now, what would you tell them? How do they do this?
choose your words. That was very big for me. First of all, I used the word should a lot, and the word should has a lot of weight on the shoulders. It's a lot of pressure. Oh, I should have done this. Oh, I should do this. Past, future, but never here. So I started reframing that, and it took a while because it's not easy to do, because it's the way
No.
we've been wired without even realizing it. So it takes a while. And whenever I found myself, I caught myself saying something negative about me or having like a negative thought about something, I would really stop and do the work to reframe. For example, if you say, oh, I have to lose those pounds, right?
Is
Who
have
hasn't been?
another word to stay away from?
Well, no, switch it into the positive. Now that I'm getting healthier and healthier every time, you know, it takes work and it takes time.
What about
But
the word need? I need
oh,
to.
I feel that the word need is a word that brings lack in.
Mm-hmm.
And that is another word that I've changed. So whenever
Okay.
I say the word should, or whenever I say the word need, I stop and I reframe. I need to lose the pounds. So it would be amazing. I will feel amazing when my muffin top diminishes.
That's hard
You
to
know,
do, though,
of
to
course it's hard to
reframe
do,
this because we're
but
programmed.
here's the magic. Once exactly, but we are amazing machines.
Mm-hmm.
We are amazing. We're
The mind is powerful.
of course. So the minute you give it a little bit of training, then it just happens. And then all of a sudden, you stop saying the word should and you stop saying the word need. And when you find yourself saying the word should, it doesn't resonate with you anymore. And that's how you take yourself to a next level. Because sometimes it's very easy to do the outside, right? I
Sure.
can do makeup on someone and have that person feel wonderful at that moment. But I want that person to feel wonderful every single day, and
Every
to have,
moment.
yeah, and to have that tool of makeup, which, by the way, guys and ladies, I use the makeup as a revelation tool, as a way to enhance who you are and not to correct, because I believe that we are perfectly perfect.
I'm
We
using
just
the revelation tool.
woohoo!
I've got it
Yeah,
on.
yeah. It's
Just to
sometimes it's
mention.
just a little trick, you know. If you're feeling down, I put my red lips on, and I might not be going anywhere, but it's for me, because the most important is how I feel. The most important is what I see, because that's going to have a ripple effect on my actions, on my thoughts, on my words, on my connection to others. It's very, very powerful. And
Yeah.
well, we'll get into these days that we are living now, right?
Right. Well, the thoughts lead to the feelings that lead to the actions that lead to the outcomes. So you have to protect and massage and think about things the right way so that when they sink into you, right, into your soul, into your heart, into your being, you are projecting a more positive outcome.
I realize this, that my business is constantly evolving, because as I evolve, my business is going to evolve. Thank goodness,
Right.
because otherwise I would be like flatlining in a way. But I realize that I help people see their
Mm-hmm.
beauty. Once they see it, they feel it. And once you feel it, and you know this because you are the feel expert, once you feel it, you can't go back.
Right. That's right.
You
That's
can't.
so true.
So
And
when you
and why
feel
would
it,
you want to go back?
exactly.
You wouldn't.
No. So once you felt it, you believe it, and you are just that being that you're born to be. You're a better version of that being that you're born to be. You are getting closer to the magnificent version of the beings that we are born to be.
Exactly. And rather than looking on the outside to feel spectacular, to feel this magic, to feel this beauty, you do have to look within. Ale, I'm going to ask you to hold your thoughts just for a moment. We're going to shift our focus very quickly over to my passion project. You mentioned feel, right? Feel expert. So this passion project is all around communication and understanding how you need to feel first. Face your fears, engage with empathy, use your ethics, and unleash the love. And before I share the link where everybody can take an online test to evaluate feel for themselves, I want to focus on the first part of the model, F, face your fears. Maybe you could just share briefly, how did you face some of your fears? What did you do to step out of your comfort zone?
You know what? When you tap into your purpose and into your essence, like for real, because
Mm-hmm.
here's the thing. We know when we are BSing ourselves. Right down deep, even if we want to escape the BS, we know when we are BSing. We feel it. If you feel something is off, then better not take that step. But even when you're feeling it and you're like, oh, I'm at the bliss of this abyss and I have to jump and take that leap of faith, but you're feeling it all over, I just take it. I've done that in my life, all my life, that I didn't even think about it, because that's the thing. When we step into our head and get out of our heart, that's where we start making the wonky decisions, because
Right.
the heart knows what's best for us. So, for example, for me moving to New York, I moved to New York 12 years ago. I had my life set. I had my theater school in Buenos Aires, super successful. I was the head of wardrobe and makeup department of a big production company. I was doing great. But there was something there that was stirring my soul. It wasn't, getting comfortable. I was too comfortable. So I had
Right.
to step out, and this opportunity opened up. I didn't even think about it. I just went with it.
Because
And
that
when
was the heart.
yeah, and that was absolutely the heart and the faith in myself. And hey, I'm a human being. I have to do the work every moment. And I have doubts on myself all the time. And I question myself and I go into the negative thoughts. Of course, we're all human beings. And we're here on this experience and trying to learn to be the best version that we can be.
Right.
So it's just that, trying to tap into your heart, like honestly, there's that, be authentic with yourself, be honest with yourself, and do the best you can, because at the end of the day, that's it. We are all trying to do the best we can, and everybody's timing is not the same.
Right.
Everybody has different timings. That's something that my mom always says. Los tiempos de uno no son los de los demás, which means that my timing is not going to be the same timing as your timing or
No.
as my neighbor's timing. but we're all in this together, you know.
Exactly. And follow your heart. Thank you so much for answering that question.
My
And for
pleasure.
all of you listeners who want to take the feel test, you can go to feelfirsttest.com, take the test, get scored, be evaluated, and maybe do some of the exercises that the test recommends. Okay, Ale, we're going to jump back into our conversation. You had mentioned something before about the negative thoughts, especially now with so much uncertainty in our lives, in business, what's going on. Oh, when you have a negative thought, how do you sit with it? How do you move through it? How do you move past it? Maybe shed some light there.
Well, let's talk about the rabbit hole we're all in right now, right? So there are two ways to look at this. And we have the choice. We have the choice of to see, we have the choice to see this as a catastrophe, as something terrible, as I'm never going to have human contact again. I'm going to run out of toilet paper. People, what's wrong why are we running out of toilet paper? So, or you can look at it in another way, which is actually the way that I've been feeling it, which is a very special moment for humanity, a very special moment for our world. And there's a big window of opportunity for us to make a change in how we were living our lives and become more aware of this time where we, with the technology, with all these Instagram and Facebook and this and that, we are all constantly like this, like on a kind of selfie mode, right? All the time on a selfie mode, trying to show others what we are doing, the great thing that we're doing. But it's about me. It's about us. It's about individually looking at ourselves in the mirror and having that revelation, authentic revelation of digging deep into who are we? What kind of choices am I making for myself? In like, yes, we have to wash our hands for 20 seconds. Yeah, I'm doing the alphabet, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. But are you closing the tap when you're doing the 20 seconds? Are you aware of the fact that we are wasting a lot of water there? Are we aware of the fact that it's just about the simple things? Like, who cares if you have 20 pairs of high heels in your wardrobe when it comes to this, to the bare necessities of life?
Right.
The simple things of life. And hold on to that and reconnect to yourself when you have these fear thoughts. And believe me, I'm an entrepreneur. I work with people. And at this moment, we can't be in contact with people.
Exactly.
Like I do photo shoots, I do beauty circles, I teach people how to become beautiful in their own eyes. But I use my hands. I teach my ladies how to do their makeup with their hands. So it's a whole reframing of everything from scratch, from the foundations. Where are we ballasting ourselves? Like a ship. Ballast yourself in what? What do you want to ballast your life in? These are revelation moments. It's very important. It's take it or leave it, and it's fine if you can't take it. It's fine. Like, it's your choice. For families to reconnect, because
this is about reconnection. It really is. Even though people are feeling disconnected, there is an opportunity to
it's a real
and
connection.
Yes.
To
really help somebody.
Yes.
So
and to take yourself to another level of, all right, I'm an entrepreneur and I know that I service people and I activate magic in people. So how am I going to do this if I am closed and if I have to stay home? I can still offer a service, reinvent myself, rewire it, reframe it,
Well, there is something about the ability with technology to, I mean, I don't know. I have calls with 10 people on Zoom, women, and I feel a lot of energy. And you might not think that, but maybe it's not the same as being in person. I don't know, but I still want that connection. I still need that energy, and all of us coming together. It's really great that we have this, and that is about the reinvention and the revelation of how you change things when you can't be in person.
Absolutely. Look, I was in Argentina and I had a client of mine who called me. She has a big organization, autistic organization, and she was talking in the United Nations. And she's like, Ale, I need you to do my makeup. And I'm like, I'm sorry, honey, I'm in Argentina. I can't. So we booked a time, and we had one session where I taught her how to do her makeup. I also have my makeup line, which is beautiful, people. So I got her a kit to her house. I had a friend came here, my assistant came here, and he created the kit, sent it to her home. We had one session where I taught her how to do her makeup. And then the next day, when she had to get ready to go to the United Nations to talk, we had another session and she did her makeup again. And it was spectacular. So, yes, the energy is there. And that's the other thing. We don't have the pressure of, I have to do this, I have to go here, I have to go there. You have to stay home now, honey. So all those projects that maybe you put in a drawer, or that you said, oh, I'm going to go back to writing my talk, or, oh, yes, I wanted to do this video. Mm-hmm. Guess what?
Now
Now
you
you've got
can.
plenty of time. Yeah.
And if you
And
have the desire, then you'll do it.
exactly. And
Desire
the
is a
other
big
thing is
part.
that it's a big moment to nourish friendships also virtually, because we can do that.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's where the people in your life stand out. Even if it's virtual, they do. They
Exactly.
stand out. They're there. They're open. They're listening. The energy is flowing. I think that that's really important too. Now is not the time. Yes, we talk about being introspective and self-discovery, but all in an effort to bring it out so we can connect, have better relationships, better keep the momentum going, even in business, as we figure out
Yes.
how everything is going to play
Yes.
out. Ali, I can't even believe we're up to the question where we round everything out and I ask advice of you to all of the Women Worldwide listeners about how they can really let their inner selves shine, and how they can take their best step forward, finding their
One little
magic.
one little thing, honey. Just breathe. That's
Breathe.
it. Just breathe. So there's one exercise that I always do with my ladies, and I measure it on myself as well. Become aware of if you're breathing or not. And the way to become aware if you're breathing or not is your mouth open or is your mouth closed? We're always told that we are supposed to breathe by the nose, right? But
Yeah.
our jaw is supposed to be
Is
loose,
loose. Yeah.
loose, right? When we sleep and when you drool, I always say that when I drool, that's when I'm relaxing, because it means that my mouth is open. But when I'm like this, crunching, that's not natural.
No.
So start breathing through your mouth. And
Interesting.
it's not so, I'm telling you, that's another rewiring. When I have my photo shoots, I always tell my ladies, breathe through your mouth. Even if it's just like you're going to feel that you get more air in a way, and you start relaxing and you're going to start
Relaxing.
yawning. Yeah.
Oh, and they say yawning also makes you feel really good. It does something with that big nerve in your body, the biggest
Yeah.
nerve, the vagus nerve.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. Ali, thank you
Just
so
breathe.
much. Just
Just breathe.
breathe. Excellent advice. Thank you for being on the show. You know what? Actually, why don't you let everybody know where they can find you?
You can find me on planet Earth.
Yes, good, good.
For now, for the time being. I'm originally in New York. You can go to my website is Call Her Magic, like as in call
Oh,
her, whomever. It could be me, it could be you. We all have magic in us. It's just a question of activating it. And there are many ways and many tools that I can share with you that you can use yourself without having to break your budget, where you can activate your magic and stay magic, because we are all magic. We all have the magic wand, people. It's just a question of giving it some power. And I can just show you to your magic wand. I can't be your wizard or your witch or your sorceress, but you can be the wizard, the witch, or the sorceress of your own life. Callhermagic.com is one. And then you can always go to, let's just keep it on Call Her Magic. Sign up, and let me
awesome.
spread my magic into you.
Awesome. Ali, thank you so much for being on the show, sharing your journey and the way that you are beautifying and
Thank you, my love.
drawing out the magic. So thank you.
My absolute pleasure.
Well, it's a pleasure having you. And thank you to everybody who's tuning in, wherever you are, whether you're listening or you're watching the show on YouTube. We appreciate you. Be safe, be healthy, and stay focused, energized, and empowered. Ali, did you want to say something else?
Yes, this is something that I've been saying all the time. It's just keep shining your light and be magic wherever you go, whatever you do, whatever you say, whomever you are with.
Awesome. Well, we are going to end on that note. So listen to Ali, everybody, and we're so grateful. Thank you.